It's all about being humble, to want to love others. It's all about giving. That's what we're here for. Andromeda 7 Portal.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, folks.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining Andromeda 7 Portal tonight. We have an awesome show ahead. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all the chatters before we continue with the show. I seen a new face up in the chat. Her name is Michelle Dunbar. Hi, Michelle.
That's Audrey's cousin.
Oh, hi.
Michelle.
It's so good to have you. Nina the Mystic's in the house. Excellent readings today. That was awesome. Darth is in the house. Marsha Price is in the house. Let's see. David Castle and Lucky Stone.
Rocky's in the house, and I'm wearing my Meatball Army shirt in honor of Meatball Commander.
She's representing.
So awesome. David Castle and Rainbow Phoenix. Hi, sweetie. How are you? And Miss Chloe. Hi, beautiful. How are you, hun? Let's see. Did I miss any? Julianne Payne's in the house. She's on the show with us today. Mm-hmm. I think I got to everybody.
Carly Sagan is in the house.
Carly's here. Okay. Hey, Carly.
Oh, and Truth Seeker. Hi, Jay. Hi, Jay.
Hi. And Divine Empress. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Oh, hey, it's Amber Dawn. What's up, girl?
Hey, Amber. Good to see you.
We've got
Hajo,
Truth Seeker, D. Guthrie, Carly, Hajo, and Michelle Cannon Free. I think we got just about everybody, and if I missed you, we'll call out again here in a little bit. Let everybody join us tonight. So tonight we're going over a couple of things. The most exciting thing I'm really looking forward to hearing David's universal laws, but also we've got Cajun Queen here. Of course, you know, anybody that follows Cajun Queen, I watch her every day. I read her.
Me too.
You know, yeah, I love going in and having my coffee and looking forward to her readings. So we'll be discussing Cajun Queens runs food pantry. So we'll have a kitchen appeal for her, and we'll go on further with that. But first, we have a message from Brenda, Milky's mom.
Hello, everyone. I hope you've had a pleasant day. And I've got a couple of things I'd like to say tonight. And first, thank you, Lois, for all you do, honey. May God bless you, because you do wonderful stuff. And I just wanted to thank you for that. This is a reminder for all of us. And, of course, it's from one of my favorites, you know, Margaret B. Moss. It says, you can handle whatever this week throws at you. That doesn't mean it won't be difficult or messy. We've been going through a lot. So if you feel afraid, remember love. Love is not enough to change those things over which you have no control, but you do have control over your state of mind. When you feel weak, love yourself. When people are hurting, love them. If people act nasty, walk away understanding they are wounded. That is love. Keeping love in your heart is the best response to any problem. Keep your light on and keep it shining, because that is what people like us do. We shine. And we never needed light more than we do now. So let's do this. Let's shine on. And if I may, I would like to say a hunger prayer, if that would be okay.
Sure. Absolutely.
Today we might struggle with self-pity and sadness over our situation. Our higher power knows not having the abundance we deserve is scary, sad, and discouraging. Please give us strength to find solution for how to feed our spiritual, physical hunger and courage. Please let our pride not interfere in our ability to accept, and do not let us be disheartened by the things that we might have to do in order to survive these difficult times. In the name of everything high and holy, abundant and fertile, sacred and secret, this we pray. And in the words of my sweet son, be the frequency that you want to receive. Thank you. And I love you all.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you,
Well
Brenda.
done, Brenda. Oh my
That was just beautiful.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you. You all have a great night and have a great show. And again,
Thank
thank you, Lois, for all you do.
Thank you.
Love you, Brenda. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
See you in the chat.
Okay, why does she always make me cry? I don't get
I
it.
know. I'm just
How
like,
do I
oh,
remember that now?
Because she's mama, and the mamas are making you a cry.
yeah.
The same with the Irish mamas when they're not kicking your butt.
Like, okay, get it together, girl. Okay. All right. So now we have a beautiful video put together by our sister Lori. Lori, would you go ahead and cue up the
I
video?
sure will. Here we go, folks.
Yay, that was so beautiful. So I have to say, before I introduce, which I know we all know her, but for those who don't, this woman is a queen, bar none, a leader in her own right. And I look up to her. I am inspired by her. I'm in awe of her. She don't sugarcoat nothing now. No, she does her readings. She ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing for you. She will tell you the truth, but she does it with favor, love, mercy, grace, and a kindness about her power. And the light that comes from Cajun Queen shines. Every time I look at her, I'm like, where's my shades? Because this woman shines from her heart inside out. And if you cannot see that, you've got to wipe your eyes because it's very visible, it's palpable, and the tremendous persistence and work that she does for the community is just so awe-inspiring. So Cajun Queen, would you like to share a little bit about your journey with us, please?
So I want the tears off because y'all just doing it.
She's crying. We invaded her Facebook page and swiped all her favorite graphics. So,
Would you like me to start how I got into it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Me and my son used to help this lady who ran the food pantry originally. Because she was the only one she was doing it by herself, and it was kind of hard. She was upstairs. I was inquiring about her one day and found out she had passed away. And so a lot of people knew that I was helping her with the food pantry. And they was like, why don't you open the food pantry? And that's pretty much how I got started. I wasn't sitting one day and just like, you know what, that's not how it happened. It just kind of presented itself to me, you know, and I took it.
Yeah,
I've been kind of doing it ever since, you know. It's helped me get through a lot because, you know, during a painful moment in my life, it helped me by helping other people get through my pain. Because at that time, I lost my father, I lost my mother, and my boyfriend died within 6 month period of time. And so I was like really, really that last little bit was my mother. She died pretty much in my arms, and that pretty much almost took me out.
I know that
Helping
feeling.
people,
Mhm.
helping these people, and knowing these people depended on me to get the job done, it kind of helped me ride through that pain until I was able to um, put it behind me and move forward.
Yeah.
Um, I don't mean to say, that go out there and help somebody make you feel better, but it did help me because I recognized that people were in need. I listened to people's stories and they had, oh my God, make your life look like roses, compared to what somebody else is going through. So it
Yes.
helped me. I helped them. They helped me. It's kind of a
That's
two-way
so
thing.
humbling. That is so humbling. I understand that how, I've been through some pretty dark times too. So I can really relate to how sometimes just assisting others or being aware of other people's needs around you in your environment, like if you're going for a walk, like when I walked out in the community, there would just be people that were attracted to me and they wanted to share their pain or their story or whatever they're going through. And I would let them, and that like what you said, it took my mind off the problems I thought I had. It made my problems go
Yeah, it
really
does.
small.
The effect that it has, it's almost like an elixir.
It really is it's a very big elixir on
Healing.
a fresh perspective on what's really going on in your life and how it could be so much worse, and that you should be
Yeah.
grateful where you are in that moment, and that I feel like you are always divinely guided and supported, Lois. Cajun Queen, you are always divinely guided and supported in your efforts, and the love that you give is the love that is given back to you through your higher power, your higher self, in the universe. I really feel like you're a universal rose, and you are greatly appreciated, and the work that you do is not overlooked or underappreciated in the soul tribe here. So we just want
Thank
to
you.
let you know that we see that you're in service of others with a humble heart and without your pride. And oh my gosh.
Story behind that is
Crystal.
my humbleness and my pride. I earned that because I was a homeless woman with 4 children. I walked that myself. I know how it feels. I know how when you go to these places, how crappy they make you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something I want to do different because I've walked in these people's shoes before. I
Yes.
know the walk.
Yep.
Man, I
My
wish I
baby
could
was
come and
2
help
years
you out
old.
there.
That's some
I put it on my
feminine power
YouTube page.
right there.
I don't know if it's still on there. I had it on my YouTube page. It was I was staying in Texas and they was doing a write up on homeless families. I made front page with my 2-week-old baby. I was staying at the Salvation Army. That's how I know that you got to pay to live in these shelters and
Yes.
stuff. And a lot of people don't even know that. They see people on the road, on the streets living, and don't realize they have to pay to stay in these shelters. These shelters are not free.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Actually, it's very, very expensive to be what they would consider what we'd consider the poverty line. It is actually very, very expensive to be there, and people don't realize that. They don't see that it actually costs money for this, money for all your needs, money for and it's like even if you have a minimum wage job, which I've experienced that. You're barely going to make it. There are so many working homeless. It's not because they don't have a job. Some of these people have jobs, they just can't afford the prices of living. The cost of
Yeah.
living
Yes,
outweighs what they
exactly.
make. So it's not about, oh, they're lazy or anything. Any one of us, it could happen to.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's very humbling. You could be at the top and things will just happen and you just never know. So never judge someone. All we can do is show them compassion and show them respect and love at the place where they are and be that vessel for goodness, So,
Mhm.
I lived
yeah.
off of dollar food store items for 2 or 3 years here. It's
Mm-hmm.
not the most nutritious food in the world either for someone like me, but you got to
Yeah.
do what you got to do sometimes, and that was tough
Yes.
as it was.
Yes.
And
You just got to
having been
be
through it,
tough.
one of the first things I did was volunteer for Manna here locally to work for people like her. I did it all summer, one whole summer, to give it back because I understood. Until you walk in the shoes, it's hard to comprehend. It really
Yes.
is.
Yes.
It is. It's been many years ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm sure. That is something that
And
just
the food they serve in those places,
Ah,
you can smell it, you
yeah.
know. And I'm looking at my children, knowing they hungry, and this,
Yeah.
oh my God, you have no idea. You come out the place throwing up because it's done ruined your stomach.
Yeah.
yes.
I had my mother with me. She had 2 strokes while we was in transitioning from being homeless to me finding a place to stay.
Oh my goodness,
Wow.
that is absolutely a tremendous
Yeah.
journey, and that just tries your soul. It throws you into, we always put these little labels that sound so happy, like Dark Night of Soul. It sounds so cool to do. No, it's not
Yeah.
very cool.
Work.
It's not
It's
cool at
work.
all. It is pure hell.
Yes.
And sit here and say you have survived through that after losing people, the people you love, people you're close, your own mother and people that you love falling on your side, and that you're able to wake up and just keep going and get up and keep going, it's a miracle. You are a living, divine miracle and nothing less. You are a worthy queen. You are a worthy queen. We appreciate you for surviving this and going through the love. The gravity of love is the key to survival. Whatever the love is that's inside of you helps sustain you and provide for you. And so never lose sight of that inner self relationship, of that pure, unconditional love that you have for yourself, and that relationship you have with divine is going to carry you through those moments.
Yep.
And even the moments where I felt like I just wanted to give up and die, those were the moments that I was sustained by little miracles that just showed up out of nowhere. So never give up, because the moment you give up is the moment that miracle will show up for you.
Don't quit trying. Yep. Keep
No.
trying.
How did the Christmas donations end up working out?
We got some toys. We wound up doing 2 days because we couldn't do it inside like we usually do it every year.
Yeah.
So we had to do it in like 2 parts, but it went well. We covered everybody. We covered everybody.
Good.
And that's all that really matters. We covered everybody who came, all the kids. Well, no kids turned away.
Oh, wonderful.
So that's the good part.
That's
But
what's up.
Fantastic.
it's made it a little bit tough on us, but yeah. Hopefully we get through this soon.
Yes. So, okay. So this is where we're all going to get together and pitch in just a little bit of something to continue to help sustain the families. Nobody in this country should ever be going hungry under any of our watch. If there's anyone around you in your environment, no one should ever go hungry, no matter what.
I did hear rumors, and I know from here that some food pantries are closing down. So my suggestion is, if you're around places and you know that the food pantries are closed down, help your community. That's more important, because see, I'm just here in Shreveport, Louisiana. I can't touch everywhere, but through y'all, we can as a collective.
Yes, I agree. And I also agree that when a situation presents itself to you as an individual, you have the choice to help. And so, even I know sometimes people who are asking for help, they might be, addicted to substances, or they might be choosing this lifestyle. That's none of my business. My business is I can say yes to compassion no matter where anybody is on their journey, and make sure that they have some clothes or they have some food that they need. I mean, that's just the basic minimum respect that I can give somebody on their journey. And I'm not going to judge them for wherever they're at, because I can love them unconditionally where they're at and just show compassion. It costs $3.99 to show compassion.
Remember though, you have to pay for anything you get, including the shelters. Yes. So be mindful that this person might be drinking to stay warm for that night. Yeah, because they can't afford to go into the shelter.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right. Or
it's very expensive to be at the poverty line. And there's many rules. There's so many rules, you guys.
Yes, it is.
There's some tight, strict rules that we take for granted that we can go to bed whenever we want. We can wake
Nope.
up whenever we want. We can eat
Nope.
whenever we want. It's not like that in shelters.
It's not.
Right.
It's no picnic, because I had to fight to keep them from putting my 9-year-old child with the grown adult men in a big old, you know how they have spaces with all the cots together, just one big room. I'm like, no, you're not putting my baby in there with those grown men. No, my baby can sleep with me. He's 9 years old. I'm not putting him in there. So it's sticky situations, that you have to be out of there by 8 o'clock. You got to be in by a certain time or you can't get in. So yeah, it's not a picnic.
It's hard. It's not a picnic. And we should never, ever make someone feel lowly because they're asking for help.
Right.
That's one thing that really irritates me. We are no better than anybody. And anybody that comes to us, we are not higher than them. We are not better than them. We are just in a position where we can show them compassion and give love and give some relief. And that should not make your head explode with ego.
Right.
It should be very humbling to a person to stay humble. Like Big Al says in the beginning, it's about giving, but it's also about staying humble.
Right.
As you're able to give more, don't let it get to your head. Just stay grounded and show compassion and just be a decent person. Don't wake up and be a boopity bop head. Just be decent to each other.
We're going to do something extremely special for you today, what you started to hear today, and that is we've done something. Karen's going to tell you what she's done, tell the audience what she's done to help you. And we have a raffle later on today after David's roundtable to help draw some more, especially now when people are getting ready and stocking up and getting prepared for stuff. So we want to make sure that you're able to continue to provide the food that you need to your community. So we're going to do that. Karen, do you have an update for?
Oh, yes. Hi. Hello, everybody. And Lois, of course, we've worked on previous ventures as far as donations on the Crystal Network page. So what I did was right on the front page of the Crystal Network, right on the front splash is a whole front donation section for Lois and her kitchen appeal. It tells about what she's doing, and there's a donate button that goes directly to her PayPal where the donations go. So you just have to click on it. And it does talk about whoever donates for this week about the raffle. I did include that. So whoever starts donating to the kitchen food pantry for Lois this week, and we'll start the raffles. I think Teresa, we're going to talk about that, I guess. And so, so it's right on the front page, and I'll keep it up there for a couple months, and we'll go from there. I usually leave it up for quite a while on the very front, and so it's right there for you, Lois, as usual. And let's, and I'm going to do an email drive as well to all the international, for everybody on the network for an email, and so it'll let everybody know that we're doing it as well. So to promote that.
Awesome.
So, and I just want to let you know, and you're right, Crystal, and everybody, just about these, very hard, difficult, transformative, changing times that we're in, and about sticking together in communities and what we can do for each other. And you're right, I've had several requests from, several of our community members in the same respect, that are going through very tough times just because of things. And so I think what I'll do is I'm going to add the 2 or 3 people with Lois's on the front page in a special donation section, because these are people in our community that are going without food. And at that point, because of COVID and illnesses, loss of families, and I'll put a little profile about what's going on in the donation buttons for them as well. So just to let everybody know, I have been getting requests, so I'm going to program that in the next day or so. But Lois is there all ready to start tonight.
Awesome.
So anybody can go to the Crystal Network right away and start donating immediately.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much, Karen.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
Karen, we love you. Thank you so much.
I love you all too. And let's help Lois and her community to support her at this time, as usual, and everybody get on board and do the most we can. And
anybody who has any of us who have a YouTube channel, like if you have a YouTube channel and you're doing videos and stuff like that, if you could just drop a link in your viewers page, Cajun Queen's Kitchen,
Yeah.
have a statement about it, like help feed children and families in this time of need. PayPal at Cajun Queen, or contact Cajun Queen at email address. You could even put her email address in there too. So
I'm
that's
totally doing that.
Heck
yeah. If that's okay, I'm totally going to do that on my channel.
Me too.
And Celtic Warrior too. We'll drop those links to
Heck
get
yeah.
people donating. Heck yeah.
The more it's out there, the more information that's out there about Cajun Queen's Kitchen, the better it'll be.
Yes, agreed.
To get the word out there.
So, Soul Tribe, anybody that has a YouTube channel, do what Teresa says, or we're going to come hunt you down. No, just kidding. You put those links down in your descriptions, and maybe even at the end of a video, say something a little bit about that down in your descriptions, because she's right. The more we get of the awareness that there's a need, I think more people are ready to give. Because, strangely enough, some people are doing very well during this. Their business is actually, grew. So they're always looking for opportunity to, help others who went the other way that didn't do so well during this time. So absolutely. All righty. So Teresa, are we going to get on with David?
Buddy David.
There's David.
Now you guys know David's got his own channel, and he's been putting, he always has readings, really great material. He's got one now that he's doing, several projects, but one's called A Book of Life. And I just wanted to have him on here. We all did, because it's a really good time to do this now. We've been through the holidays. We've been through this conjunction. We are currently going through a lot of stuff. We've got this post-election stuff. We've got current events. It's so much. And we get it in every chat room. We get it on every channel. I get it. We need to be prepared. I get it. But we also need to take care of our mind in the process. A lot of us I'm an intuitive empath. I feel everything you guys feel. And I feel things that the community feels. And I know you all do too, because most of us are empathic. So
I had to take a power nap today because I actually have a friend that I live with, and she has not been feeling well the past 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I'm feeling everywhere. I was like, and I had a busy day. I just didn't have any time left. And then I realized the show, and it was like I went like this on the bed.
Boom. Yeah.
For 30 minutes, I had to just shut down. I was just like, I'm supernaturally exhausted for some reason, and that's not normal. So there's a lot going on. We need to nourish our minds and our spirits and our hearts and souls.
Well, I was talking to Trina earlier, and it's like there's got to be a light at the end of the tunnel through all this, because I know I grew up in the 60s. And I can tell you my dad told me everything I needed to know about World War II and then some. And then I worked down at the Holocaust Museum to help design their displays and exhibits. Mm-hmm. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, because I, being an empath, and not understanding fully what that meant at the time, I was feeling every display I touched, every lighting design I did. And I was just floored by the reality of what happened during that time. And there was a spiritual revolution going on then. And also it happened in the 60s. I was a 60s kid. I was only, 8, 9 years old, but I was following the big ones around everywhere down the DC Mall and demonstrations and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like I saw it all then too. The parallels between the spiritual, this dawning of the age of Aquarius song broke out, hair came out. I mean, there was all this stuff about a spiritual awakening, same thing we're going through right now, and all this political upheaval with the Vietnam War. I'm still here. Mm-hmm. My dad survived. I survived. Our family survived. I'm not saying to poo-poo anything. I'm saying it is very difficult. I remember them trying to flip our car over, and I was a child in the back seat of the car. Wow. We couldn't get out of D.C. during the riots, during the demonstrations. I was there when they tried to levitate the Pentagon. So it's like I've been through this, and it's just that I know that there's usually everything works out okay. There's a reason we're here. There's a reason we're going through this. We all know we have the tools. We have what we need. Trina can add to that. But the thing is that what I didn't have then, what I do have now, is someone like David and other teachers like him who are reminding us of the ancient teachings of how to live in a society. So what do we do after all this? We got to make it through the next few days. That's true. But now where do we go from there and think of how we want things to be in our new life? Because we're going to have to fix this earth. There's a lot of repair work. Mother Earth needs to be repaired.
And I think we're all getting that call. I think we're getting that call. And our ancestors survived. They were tough. Yeah. You know, they had to be so tough in order for us now to be showing up and being present in all of these situations. There's a reason why each and every single one of us is here right now, because we're part of the solution. We're part of the solution in our own unique, special way.
Yeah.
So, David, would you like to expand on what you're up to these days, brother?
Yeah, of course. I don't know where to start. With the Book for Life, basically, I say basically, it's not really a basic subject, is it?
No.
Trina and Wayne, you guys started me off on it on one of the Wayne shows where he was talking about we should have a book for life. He was calling it. He should have a book for life, just telling people how they should behave.
Yeah.
And one of the key findings I've made in my studies through all the ancient texts, my research of everything I can find, is that there's a commonality thread running through all religions. And I put it on my first Book for Life video. Each one of them, Zoroastrianism, Christian, everything, Hinduism, and it's just being basically decent to each other. I live and been brought up in quite rough areas. Well, I'm in quite a decent area now, but all my life I've lived in pretty rough areas. So I've seen all walks of life, you know, from the really horrible people you all know exist to the really nice people we all know exist, and everything in between. And it just seems to me that we've lost something. And it was this, you know, I've never been religious. I'm lucky I was never forced into religion in my life. I've always been aware of religion, and I've always thought, yeah, it's a good idea. It helps people get along, and it gives them hope. But it wasn't for me. I didn't ever really believe that there was a God that made everything, as it were. And I think intuitively from a kid, I knew it was a control system, fear control system, so I never took part in it. But there's good teachings in it. It's dotted all throughout it. And more recently, when I sort of came to start this project, not that I knew I was starting a project at the time, I was just learning. I noticed the commonalities and everything. Be decent to each other, treat each other how you want to be treated. So I started compiling them, putting them together. And, well, the way the world is now with all this COVID stuff going on, there's so much fear shutting everybody down. We needed a way forward from this, and there's so many people asking, what are we going to do? What's going to happen next? And I just felt inspired to start this. So it's just rules and a code of conduct, basically, to start off with, for people to live in a decent, co-creative, productive society. And we can build a future and the world that we all want to live in together through these rules. So at the moment, as we're all brought up, where parents are doing our best to bring us up, where nobody gets an instruction book. I've been a parent of 3 children. I've used that expression quite often with my children. You know, we don't get given an instruction book when you get kids. You're just making it up as you go along. Yeah. So I know, like with places like Japan, I think it's Japan, first 4 years, they don't go to proper school. They just get taught how to be a decent member of society, how to mix in with everybody else before they even learn an ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. So what I was envisioning was that this book for life is something that will stay with you throughout your lifetime, and it'll be a point of reference that you can always go back to. So this chapter 1 is just how to be a decent person. Simple as that. How you can get on how you can get on with your neighbour. All this sort of stuff. So yeah.
I find it interesting that, you know, some people who never been really in religion or anything like that, I've just noticed that they still have the capacity for compassion and decency, and they didn't live by the Bible, or they didn't live by a book or any other religious book, and they still have this great capacity for decency and compassion. And I think that would be so wonderful if we taught our children, to first think before we act. Think about, raising them to be empathic and have empathy. I think with the video games and a lot of the way society is set up, it's starting to kind of suck that dry out of that
That's
process.
Yeah, those things are going to have to go, unfortunately. Obviously, the computer games and TV is all part of their control system. All those things have got to go. I don't want my children playing video games, unfortunately. The way the world is at the moment, it's Christmas. That's the things you buy your children. But I try and steer them along the spiritual path as well. So they're not just purely technological. I'm bringing my children up to be spiritual and be aware as well. So hopefully they can do the right thing at the right time. Not just be sucked in by the next flashy gadget, and like I was all my life. I'd be such a huge techno freak all my life. I bought a VR when it came out and what have you. I played it twice and I put it down. So,
Yeah, that's
there's
so
a way
true.
to move forward.
I mean, it's just there's this balance that we're going to have with technology. Because I have to admit, I'm going to tell the truth for myself. Some technology is quite nice, but it has to be balanced with your natural, basic nature things that you follow. Your life. Just being receptive to others, and don't be so focused into one aspect that you lose sight of everything else going on around in your life, because it can be so invasive on your consciousness, so you got to break out of it, go camping, go out in your backyard, turn everything off, turn all the lights off, and just, meditate. And I know we say that, but I know it sounds cliche, but it is so crucial right now with everything going crazy and people going insane, that we maintain our sanity and we maintain our humanity more than anything.
That's most important, maintaining our humanity. We've got to remember the time we're living in now of electricity. We haven't always had this, obviously. So these are things and tools to be used, devices to be used as tools. So many people in society these days, this isn't a tool. It's that tells them what to do.
Yes.
If this thing goes ping, I don't immediately pick it up and read it. I look at this when I want to look at it, when I choose to look at it. It doesn't control me. It doesn't tell me when to do things. If I say, well, sorry, but if one of you send me a message and it takes me 2 hours or 3 days to get to it, that's because that's what I've chosen to look at my phone, not because my phone's told me to look at it.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's run by their devices these days. It's not, they've forgotten it's the other way around, that they're a tool for them to use. So yeah, we can all live in this electrical world and use these devices, but just remember they're a tool to be used.
Yes.
Use it like a tool. You don't carry a span around in your pocket all day, do you? You pick it up and use it when you need it, and then you put it down. Do the same thing with your phone.
We master our reality, not reality mastering us.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trina, did you get some information this week? Would you like to share some info with us?
Well, Teresa was talking about how there's just been a need because everybody's facing, hard times, facing an unfuture. There's been a lot of anxiety, depression, sadness, a range of emotions of, I don't feel like I'm holding my shit together too well here, and, when you look at it, all of that's real. But, there's also the part of we are creators in this construct. So we need to really spend some time every day getting into a vision of what you would like to see and finding a feeling that resonates with that, because this is a matrix that works on feeling. Feeling is what manifests here.
Very
that
much.
power of emotion. It's key to all of it. And it's what we feel about, we will bring about. So it's kind of like fake it till you make it right now, but it is time to hold the light and trust that you know more than you think you do. Your soul, your spirit, all of our ancestors, the earth herself, we came here to win for her. That's why we're here. So we're equipped for this, guys. Trust, follow your guidance, make preparations if you're being called to it. If you're feeling anxiety and scared, make sure it's just the collective, and and that it's not a personal message for you, for something to pay attention to. So just use your heart. It'll take you where you need to go. And we got to remember, you guys, you all created where you're at right now. This is a product of your manifestation. So own it. Because you own it, know that you can do with it whatever you choose. And life's going to take us for a ride, but go with the flow.
Yeah.
And you'll be in the know. Yeah, just go with the flow and you'll be in the know.
I like
Trust.
it.
I like that.
That's a
That's
bumper
good.
sticker
Like
right
that.
there.
That's a bumper sticker for sure.
I want a bumper sticker that
Yes,
says "Under
indeed.
the Influence," but I'm afraid they'll get the wrong impression. Like my
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that's not a good idea, Laurie.
No, I love that. Stay in the flow, you'll know.
I think Jules has a
Yeah.
question.
Oh, yeah, go for it, Jules.
Well, not a question. I just want to share. I'm not going to read a poem later, but I just want to share. As you would know, I wasn't with the group last week because I was getting a lot of intuitive messages, and so I didn't come on the show. I connected with my actual local community. I rang around a lot of the people that I haven't been seeing because I've been putting a lot of effort into this global network that we are, and I needed to reconnect with my actual community. And I got a message Saturday that there was huge stuff coming because I could feel it. Because being empathic, as we all are, I sense a lot of things, and I'm getting emotional now because it is emotional. But I know it's not mine, it is the collective's. So I connected with the community. And then through the week, I watched what was going on, in a sense, in a lot of cases. And then on Wednesday, I was very emotional. I had an awful knot in my stomach, and my husband's looking at me, and he knows when I start crying that there's something obviously bigger than us going on. So I connected with my other friend, my local Yarm friend, and talked it out with her, and she got the feeling I was getting, and as soon as she got it, I released it a little bit. And so Ian took me, that's my husband, took me up to the birthing pools, because what we're doing is we're delivering a new system, a new way of being. So I went up to the birthing pools and released a lot of the feeling that everybody is feeling, and I collected 2 little pine tree saplings. I've brought them back to my place, and I'm nurturing those 2 new trees, pine trees. Now, my girlfriend, as I was talking with her, I said we were talking it out, and it's always synchronicities with the 2 of us. And she actually said, at the moment, Julianne, I'm cracking open our bunyannut pines because they're actually fell now, and they're huge, big pines, and inside are a nut. And she was actually opening that. So what's happening is we are opening up to this new, and we're connecting with that pine. That's our pineal gland. Yeah. We're actually opening. So empathically, I feel for everybody, and I thank everybody for their gifts and talents, because that's what we're stepping into now, is to step in to whatever you have come here on the planet to be. And that's why over the years, I've had a lot of little community organisations. I've been in the community for 30 years. And this last year, I've taken on just been working on myself and our collective group that we've got together here now. And so now is the time to get back into your community, your local community. and connect with your gifts and talents that you've got. Not all of us are tech savvy. Julianne is no tech savvy. I do have my phone sitting here to chat with. I need guidance in that regard. I know how to cook and feed. Being a Cancerian, I'm in the kitchen all the time giving from my produce from my garden. And I give from my garden all the time. My seeds, my produce, everything. I've been doing that for the 20 years I've been living out at my place. I've been giving away all the produce that I have excess. I can't eat everything that I grow, so it goes to the community.
It's awesome.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I thank you all again.
That's how it's done. And I think as we start seeing how each of us individually create that positive impact on our immediate atmosphere and environment around us, of that being the frequency you wish to receive, or just being the frequency you would like to see in this world, that is going, I think it's going to start lighting up this planet with what Trina was saying, is that the earth needs this love.
We are the light.
Yes, we are the light. We are totally light.
That's us.
You know, I keep hearing the message.
We are.
You know,
go for it.
Earth is a sensory experience planet, and it's a beautiful expression of nature, and it's magical in its essence. Right now, the division is between going off world and remaining on world. And a lot of, I think, of the off worlds, to exist in a different planet, your body's going to have to go through some changes to sustain that. If you plan on staying on the earth, you can probably have a completely more organic path. And I think this is a lot of what we're seeing. We're seeing a difference between two paths manifesting.
Sure.
And the thing is that's so that a lot of people are missing, is that the difference between the two is one feels and one doesn't. So think about that, you know, because it's kind of important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So a lot of us are feeling.
Yeah.
A lot of us are feeling a lot of things going on, because a lot of us are choosing a path, and a lot of people are in the middle of doing that. And then, like I said, a lot of people now might be having some consequences from choosing that path, because we're starting to see some physical consequences coming through different things. So with that, it's like it's time to choose and figure out what's true to your path, your heart, your journey, your expression. And all of us are doing different parts of that. So you can't look to other people to know what's going to work through your fate, your destiny. You have to create that. You got to create it. You got to make it. And the best way to make that is to.
It takes sitting with yourself honestly and authentically in a quiet place with nothing really going on, to sit inside of your body and your temple, and which is the temple, and really look at yourself and listen to what's going on and connecting. I'm wanting to go back to like I shared the Woodstock song the other day with Julianne. You know, got to get back to the garden. You know, got to get back to the earth, and you know, that means less technology, maybe less, of some of the systems that are on this planet right now being purged, and we've got to hold on to our butts. So, all right, you guys. I wanted to say hi to everybody in the chat, because I see Robert V is in the house, Gaza Cavs in the house, Delaney Pearl Jones. Hi, sweetie.
Hi, guys.
Let's see. Oh, and John 09 Klaatu. Hi. And then we got Benji Moo, Barry Chad. Hey, Barry, you almost missed us, huh?
Oh, there.
And then let's see, Caroline Bovin. Hi, honey. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you guys are enjoying the show tonight. I think that pretty much got everybody. I just wanted to do a quick update on that. Now, we're in for a treat. But Cajun Queen, you have some cards for us?
Yes. Sorry.
All right. No, you're fine.
You want me to pull 3 cards? for the general community?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Yes,
Cool.
please.
Thank you.
All right. Deep breath.
We're with you.
We're with you.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Did David have anything else he was going to read?
No, he's gave a
Oh,
quick
can you guys
overview.
hear me?
We're gonna have an announcement at the end of the show about the upcoming workshops.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
More to
Perfect.
come.
Okay, I thought I felt like I was missing something. I was like, am I? Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm pulling from the Cosmic deck. Yes, some of y'all do remember these cards from
Yes.
when I first started reading cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pulled the Law of Attraction, and it says, we draw to ourselves the reflections of what we give to others. The self must be invested in order for gains to be made. What is needed is always drawn to us. We attract what we are ready to have. We expand ourselves, opening up the needs of the soul, finding that there are answers within. You can see that.
Wow.
That's the law of attraction.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool.
Law of attraction. Powerful.
That's
Love it.
powerful.
And I pulled laughter.
Yep. What we feel about, we bring about.
That's it.
And this says the strongest healing tool available. It is. The energy lightens and enlightens the individual. Laughter is the channel through which healing and release are found. Lighten up, expand awareness. Bring laughter into all aspects of your reality. Laughter is the source of a solution.
Awesome.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I love that one.
Nice
Oh,
card.
really
Good.
good.
That's
Awesome.
my
That's
favorite.
good.
Nice.
And the last one I pulled, it's called Miracle. Magic is within the true absolute. Pure magic of the spirit is yours to manifest. Expect unexpected. When you at least expect it, a turnaround in your life will occur. So be open. Something new, unanticipated, and exciting is likely to happen each day. Is filled with countless miracles. Look at these occurring in your life. This is the miracle card.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Cajun.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Thank you, my queen.
The perfect cards, the most perfect cards you could have pulled.
Beautiful cards.
Laughter
I
Excellent.
took a deep breath before I pulled.
Laughter, music,
Laughter is the
making
best
love.
medicine.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's the best
That's
medicine.
right.
Yes.
That's
There is.
All right, I have
Rejoicing.
a little poem here to share.
Yeah, go for it, honey.
Before we do our raffle, we have a
Okay.
treat for everybody tonight. We're gonna have a little bit of fun tonight for Cajun. We're gonna be raffling off some gifts in a little bit here. So hang on a second. This is a poem by Edgar Guest. I shared it earlier this week in Facebook, so those of my friends on Facebook have already heard this or seen it. But I thought it was appropriate, given some of the one-on-ones I've had with folks for the past week or two. So we're all going through some additional things on top of everything else we got to worry about. So this is something that I think was very uplifting message for folks. So it's an old poem, but it's still very true today. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, resist if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure turns about when he or she might have won or stuck it out. Don't give up. The pace may seem slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man or woman. Often the struggler has given up when he or she might have captured the victor's cup. And he or she learned too late when the night slipped down how close he was or she was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you can never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight. When you're hardest hit, it's when things seem worst that you mustn't quit.
Beautiful. Love that.
Beautiful.
Option.
Poetry.
Option.
I love poetry.
That
I've got
was
mine
So that
here.
was great.
Right.
I just wish Scotty Roberts was here to read it because nobody can read poetry like Scotty Roberts. But he's been very, very sick here. He's been very ill, so
Oh,
he's not
Sending
feeling
him
well.
healing and
Get
love.
well soon.
We're saying our prayers and putting our tents out there for Scotty's healing, you know. And
yes.
Michelle,
Yeah,
our
well,
buddy
soon,
Michelle
Scotty.
Thompson, she's getting the butt kicked out of her too with a sinus infection of some kind, maybe even the flu. So she wanted to be here tonight. So I said we would give it tents for her too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Julie, go ahead and read your poem, hon. I want to hear what you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you all again for your gifts and talents, and to do with the raffle, you can go to Crystal Network and actually look at my book in there. Anyone can read it. And the first poem I ever wrote was It Starts in a Garden. So that's really inside of you. And the next one was Meeting Place, which is where you collectively come together in the garden and share all your gifts and talents. But this is the one I'm going to read that I wrote this morning, okay? A piece of the puzzle we all hold. As we come together, we create the gold. United in common with our talented gifts, the puzzle collected as we all shift. Frequency, you and I, versal law. Liquid and gas, you and I are more. The music in the airwaves, the party cells ingest. Open our heart, we embrace and caress. Affection and kindness in our inner child, to our inner child, crafted skill and wise, cheeky and wild, fun-loving, rejoicing and bold, nature in us, the resin we hold, the gold. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Julie.
Nice, Jules.
You know, I
About that one.
have to say something. I have been criticized for being able to be happy and joyful even when I was living in a shithole. I still found a way to have happiness and joy without a car, without clothes, without food, without any of those things. And I was still able to find a way to find joy about living the life that I was given. So it's a talent, it's a gift to appreciate no matter where you are or what you're going through, to find joy and laughter and love in the most simple things. All
People
right.
at least are happiest sometimes.
Yes, and I've been hated for that. I don't get it. It's whatever. But we have a raffle for anyone that donates to Cajun Queen's Kitchen. We have a little surprise. What we're going to do is everybody that donates, let's see, let me get over here because I know there's a couple of steps here. Give me 1 second. So we're going to draw, next week we'll draw names. So all the names will go in. And then next week we will draw the name and then we'll ship to you a bar of my handmade cold process soap and my perfume oil. And then Marsha Price, you'll get pyramids, rods, sage, and crystals from Marsha Inspirations. And then a hand-painted fairy house by Teresa. I want one. And then a bracelet or box by Celtic Warrior Joey, my husband. So we're going to put in a little gift box for everybody or for the person that wins. So everybody get over there to the link. Did we drop the link in the down below here? For the Crystal Network? Okay, great.
And if anybody else wants to donate anything, because folks out there, you have skills, you might be making stuff. If you want to add to the donation list, just let one of us know at andromeda7@gmail.com. and we can add your donation item to the list. Of course, all the work here is on Cajun's part because she has to keep track of who's making donations during the week, right?
Yes.
So that we can put those names into a hat, and then we'll do a drawing next week and see who won what.
Yes. Now we also have our Andromeda 7 website, so you go there and find links to products, services, our Facebook pages, and YouTube channels and things like that. And there'll be another link. Won't there be a link there as well for the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I'm on it.
Yeah, Karen can explain how that's going to work. We kind of did it all in the beginning, but as a reminder.
Yeah, go ahead, Karen.
Oh, I'm not sure. Okay.
Well, setting up for everybody and how we can link to them.
Yeah, eventually. And on the Crystal Network, on the front homepage as well, just under the donation part where Cajun Queen's new site is, there's a whole Andromeda section that's new there. And we're going to be kind of, connecting the two websites together and having a whole page. And I'm going to be putting most of the drama stuff on the Crystal Network as well. And most people are going to participate in their own sections now and be updating stuff, including Jules for her. And so we're really overhauling the Crystal Network, and it's going to be a joint effort. And so because all the community and the family overlaps, and so it's there for everybody to use. So I know Teresa and Lori and myself and David and different people were really going to be putting a lot of new updated information on the Crystal Network and on the Andromeda site. So we'll be doing both and connecting everything together. So everything will link in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Crystal. I did forget one thing, hon.
Before, hon.
I forgot to let David talk about a little bit about what we're going to do with workshops. We're still working.
Yeah.
No, go for it.
David, I'm sorry, hon. I forgot that part. Do you want to say anything about that, or do you want me to?
Yeah. Tell us about the workshops you're going to be doing.
Is that me? Teresa and I have been chatting about my Book for Life series, and basically each section of each chapter that I'm doing can be broken down into like an hour episode on its own. Can have discussions about each section, ways it can be implemented, ways of moving forward, all sorts of things. So what Teresa and I have come up with as an idea is that we're going to have a little chat. We're going to be filming our chats, and then we're going to be posting those up on, I think, Wednesdays, or, well, we're not sure yet, but yeah, so we're going to be going through workshops of each chapter of the Book for Life as we're going through, and then we're going to be posting them on here.
Pre-recorded, because you realize what time it is right now where he lives?
Yeah.
It's like, what is it, 2 a.m.?
Just gone 3 a.m.
3 in the morning.
Yes, I'm not at my sharpest when you see me on this show, guys.
We're going to have these chats about his book and what things mean in his book, and try to pre-record that, and then
make it make sense.
Yeah. And then I'll be in the chat room, and if we can get some of us in the chat room, while it's up and running, we can address questions and talk about
like the premieres I do on my channel, so we can all be there and chat along with everyone.
Yeah, he'll at least be awake for the chat part of it.
I hope so, anyway.
And if he can't, we'll be there to back him up. So
yeah.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I I apologize.
Yeah, we like to have you fresh as a daisy, for sure.
I'm not sure if I'm ever that, to be honest.
Oh my goodness!
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun.
Lori's message. So Lori's got to download. That's Crystal. I'm sorry, I threw you off the course here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Before we go, I just want to say hi to Doug Stack. Hi, Doug. Thanks for joining us.
Was Doug in there? Hi, Doug.
Yeah. Doug. All right, Lori. Please enlighten us with what you've been.
I sure will. So. For anybody that doesn't know who Eric Meadows is, he's my master angel, and he's been a really close guide and confidant, and someone who's helped me the last couple of years really expand and be able to do this kind of stuff with you guys. So he bugged me today for about 20 minutes that he wanted to give you guys all a message. So I will read the message that he gave me, and I hope this helps you guys feel a little better about what's going on in the world right now, okay? He says, please tell people that many truths are about to be revealed, and some will be shocking. Please know that this is necessary for so many in order to heal many people. The Galactic Federation is assisting us with our cause to help humanity right the wronged. We are close to understanding more about the hidden truths. You should not live in fear. Living in fear is not the answer. Allow time for healing. Understand that this is necessary for change. Please know the universal consciousness is sending you all love and healing. We are so all in need of love. Be in the now, not in the past or the future. We will all be good soon. We love you all.
Yeah.
Aw,
Okay.
No.
I love that.
Thank
because
you, Laurie. That was
Thanks. Thank you.
we can
Thank
choose
you,
love or
Eric.
we can choose fear, and love casts out all fear.
That's right.
It really
Yep.
does.
Change
But
your
you know,
mindset. Know that everything's going to be okay. It's going to be a rough road, but we'll get through it.
Guys,
And it's
yes,
going to
it
be
is.
good.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that, okay, Karen's been doing this work that I know of for what, 40 years, 30 years?
Mhm.
I've been doing this.
Almost 40, yeah.
Yeah, I've been literally doing spiritual work since I was a child.
Right.
There's many of us that are just waking up, but this work with connecting crystals to build crystalline grids, all of the star seeds and new age movement, the light workers and religion, and all these things have created the outcome, and I think we already won. So now it's just a matter
We have
keeping
already
the
won.
light,
Tapping into it.
holding
we
the
have.
focus, and making
That's
it
right.
manifest in front of us. Got to do this.
Yeah.
See it done.
Correct.
See it done.
Yeah, we have.
See it won.
Yes, it is done.
Practice imagining.
Yes,
It is done.
it's what you create.
It is done.
And victory. Just victory. Focus on victory. Victory, however it looks for you. See victory. Yeah.
Mhm.
Peace.
Yep.
Yeah. Victory.
I think there's something to be said for the belief that we've already been here, we've already done it, we have already won.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
have
the
already
reason I think this is true, I know it's true, because
Well,
in my short lifetime of 60 years, I've already seen it twice.
Mhm.
Right.
And I know it's happened many, 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 many times. Even
Yeah.
great floods and devastations, and we've survived as a race.
I look at it. Yeah, I look at it as if we're getting it right this time. We are righting the wrongs. Now
we
we're going
won.
to get it right, and that's what's
Yes.
exciting about all of this. And
Yeah.
that's why you got to have that in your heart.
It
Come
is.
from that
Getting,
love space. Yep,
Yes.
it's all good. I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
chills. You're
you know
correct.
what? So as a community, we need. Trina and I were talking. We need the roles and gifts and talents that people play, and it's not just your spiritual talents here. It's if you're a farmer, if you're a patriot.
Yeah.
That's correct.
We need strong military people to help us in the future. We'll need people who can grow plants and vegetables. We each have a skill.
Yeah.
Carpenters, doctors, nurses, healers. Trina said huge need for healers.
Teachers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teacher.
We're going to need it
Yes.
all.
That's it.
Yep.
We got to heal the earth too. There's
We're
been
the
a
way
lot of
showers.
damage done to the
We're
earth.
the light, and we're going to bring it, and we're going to
Yeah.
shine it bright. Nothing.
She's
and
okay.
nobody's gonna
She's
stop.
okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
She's
So
okay.
find your
She'll
purpose
always
The earth
when
be
you
is
do
okay.
your work. Right? Find your purpose when
Yeah.
you do your
Yeah.
It's
work.
okay.
You know?
Yep.
I just like to make
My
people
girlfriend
feel
calls
better.
me Mother Earth. So guess what, guys?
What? Mother Earth, are you the new Gia? I'm up for that.
My
Yeah.
girlfriend calls me Mother Earth. So she's okay.
Mama,
Yeah.
he's all good.
Yeah.
He's all good. I remember back when I was, a little young and a little little pushing the consciousness envelopes when I was a little girl, I saw the victory. And now that victory is like implanted in my memory and in my heart and soul. So anytime I need to think about all these things going on, I remember the goal. It's already been reached. So
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle Thompson.
Hey.
Hello there. How are you?
Hi, Michelle.
Good to see
Hey.
you.
We were just sending healing intents to you, Michelle.
Thank
were.
you. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't been feeling so hot today.
oh, he's sending
Sending
good
you
vibes.
Well, I
Love.
had two people, and I haven't been around anybody, and my trainer called me and said yesterday or the day before yesterday and said, by the way, my son was tested positive. And yeah, and then I had somebody else who's a friend of mine that came over, and she's like, tested positive. I'm like, oh my God. And then I started getting symptoms, and I don't know if it's psychosomatic or what. It's like, but I'm not like horrible. I'm just weird stuff like the taste. Everything tastes like chemicals.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And
do some colloidal silver. Do some colloidal silver spray up in your.
There you go.
Yeah.
Salt.
Yeah.
Salt.
Yeah, salts.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just a little icky feeling, but I'm okay. Nothing horrible.
I was feeling icky earlier, but I knew I was getting ready for the show, and it was just all of a sudden it was like, oh, I had to shut down for a minute. Like, what's going on here? And I think everybody's feeling it, and there's like a little bit of this offness going on, and you're like, I know it's not me. I know I'm good. What's going on here? So we're transmuting so much.
Something's up.
Frequency.
Yeah.
It feels.
Yeah. Were you able to hear any of the show, Michelle?
Ears ringing? Ears ringing on and off?
Yes.
Yeah, my ears ring all the time though.
It's getting faster.
No.
It used to be every now and again. Now it's a couple of times a day.
Yes. More intense. More intense.
Yeah.
Were you able to hear any of the show, Michelle, before you came on, or
did I what? Say it again?
Were you able to hear any of the show before you came on?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just I was actually on the phone and got a little delayed. So
okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, just while you're here then, do you have anything you'd like to say? I told you a little bit about what was going on and what we were trying to do tonight and some of the things that folks have been going through. Did you have anything you'd like to contribute?
So I don't know what else has been said so far. So, and the topic is the law of what?
Well, we talked a little bit about David's series on the Book for Life and Universal Laws for a new way of living and manifesting the way you want things to become. But what we were really talking about a lot tonight, in addition to the Cajun Queen Kitchen Appeal for helping to feed others and doing fundraising, our biggest thing here tonight ended up being, folks have been feeling a lot. We're all intuitive empath. We feel so much. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot of issues, and we were giving them some insight on things they could do to keep from getting that feeling of being in that hamster cage and spinning nowhere, or feeling closed in by all this information and overwhelmed.
Well, so one of the things that I personally think is that even though the world is changing and a lot of stuff's going on, you can't get distracted by that. You got to stay on track with, keep your focus. Wherever your focus is the world that you're going to see. Okay.
That's right.
So I've discovered this new app. Totally loving it right now. It's called Clubhouse. Oh my God. I just love it. It's only for iPhone users, but you can do like podcasts. Like we could all, if everybody had an iPhone, you can do this thing, and you get on there and all these, it's kind of like a interactive podcast, and all these people show up, and it's just really neat, because what I like about it is that somebody that is, very well known or has a big following or something like that, they'll bring you up to the stage. If you raise your hand, you can speak, and you may not be a known person, but suddenly all of a sudden, like in 2 days, I had 45 followers. I mean, that's a lot awesome. in 2 days. Yeah.
Wow.
And so it's a really good way for anybody to, get good information, find topics that you like. There's a lot of stuff on marketing and stuff like that. So I'm interested in that, of course.
What's the app called again?
It's called Clubhouse. Yeah.
Clubhouse.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so it's a weird thing because you can get on there and then you get like put in the waiting room or whatever, a waiting list. You have to be nominated to get in. So just make sure that you're friends with me on Facebook or that I have your personal cell phone number or something, because what'll happen is it'll say, hey, your friend so and so is waiting, and then I can nominate you to go in.
All right.
I don't know why they do it like that, but that's kind of how it is. But it's a really cool format for us to kind of like, so my whole reason I'm saying this, I'm not trying to get any money off of promoting an app, but the reason I'm saying this is because it's been a really good distraction, to focus on something else, because you can find things on spirituality, you can find things on, personal growth, you can find stuff on manifesting, you can find stuff on mindset. You can just sit there and, if you just put your focus on stuff on your growing experience instead of on all the crazy stuff that's happening in the world, then, that's the best thing is wherever your focus is where your mind's going to go. And it's what you're going to experience in your life. Yeah. So, we're going to hear the bad stuff. Okay. But
don't focus on it.
Yeah. Don't focus on it. Don't focus on, just keep on doing the thing that, like my focus is growing my business. My focus is on helping people. Mm-hmm. And that's where I just try to keep my head in the game and stay there and try not to get focused on the other stuff, and so, that's about the best that we can do is to occupy ourselves with our personal growth, and the good things, things that make us happy. Like spend time with, and if you're on lockdown, some of the cities are on lockdown, some of the states are on lockdown, some of the countries are on lockdown. I mean, like 100% lockdown on some places. And if that's the case, just utilize this type of format, interact with in small groups with
find
people.
A different way. Yep.
Right. Interact with small groups of people. I mean, Facebook has that little group thing where you can, pull a few people in and do something like that. Do a little group call. Have a little wine party or something, on video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. A wine party.
Hang out and get wasted.
Oh, neat. Have your own Zoom session.
Like a wine club or something like that?
Oh, that would be fun.
Okay, so whoever falls out of their chair first.
Hi, Audrey.
Right?
Yeah, we can all like get all silly and right?
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
I'm definitely into that.
I think it would be great. I think we should. Just something just to be silly. I think I had so much fun last week, when we were just laughing and cutting up, and anything like that is we just have to smile. We have to find things that make us laugh.
Yes. Yeah. I wholeheartedly believe in that. Like one of my buzzwords for many years was believe. Now this year my buzzword is focus and laugh. Focus and laugh.
There you go.
Audrey's leaving the chat room and I'm like, I was going to nominate her to lead a wine and cheese party,
Yeah, there you go.
She's the California party girl, so she's probably already left to hear me.
I think we should. Actually, we should even do it like a YouTube live where we're just calling it we're gonna have a wine party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring the cheeses and the fruit and stuff.
Okay.
There's a guy, and I can't remember what his name is, but it's something like Mind Over Matter or something like that. He has a group. He disappeared for a while and he came back. I don't really know him very well, but the one thing I do know is he has a tendency of bringing a lot of people on. Like somebody shows up in the chat room, he sends them a link and he pops them in a live, and that was one of the things I liked about the Clubhouse is if you raise your hand, you have something you want to say, they bring you up to the speaker format. And it would be kind of fun to do something like that, like on YouTube, maybe we could just give people the opportunity to have a voice and come in and celebrate with us and have a glass of wine.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, just something fun. you know?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Anything like that. Like, so me and my friend, we just did a spa day. So we made our own sangria and we got some masks and some, little, manicure things for the nails and for our feet and peppermint things. And we watched movies and pampered ourselves and had sangria,
I love it. I have one of my girlfriends, when she was on a complete lockdown, she couldn't leave her house. She and I we get on Zoom or something, and I'd have my laptop and I bring it into the kitchen and we would like cook together.
Yeah, that's so much fun.
Yeah, it was, she's like, okay, what are you doing? How are you doing that? What are you putting in next? Okay, I have this, try that. Do you have this? We've been like actually making the same thing at the same time. And, and she's like, oh, I just tried this spice. Do you have that? Put that in there, And I mean, sometimes we're living in a different world, and we've got to figure out a new way of doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. And we are very, a lot of us are becoming very ingenuitive of how to get creative around this. And then, I like Trina was saying, we're already at the victory. We've already won. But meanwhile, we'll just have to continue in our creative, imaginative love and just, we'll get through this. We're going to get through this. It's already been done. So, but it will test your imagination and your ability to adjust to things, to change with things, and to flow with things, and to, not get stuck up in one particular thing. Just keep flowing, keep going, keep growing, and then you'll know. So. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
When you said that we've already won, I missed that part, so I apologize.
Oh yeah, no, it's just that we're talking about the victory. A lot of us are feeling that we've already had victory over a lot of the situations that we're in, as far as the planet goes and all the situations. So a lot of us are feeling like we've come through it. We've come through it before. We'll come through again. Like our ancestors survived World War I, World War II, and civil wars and things. They survived, and they were hard. They were tough, and that's because they were tough, and we're here now. That's on purpose. Mm-hmm. We're here on purpose because we're here for the victory. They might not have seen that victory, but we're going to finish out the victory. And we're going to see. We're pretty much bringing it to the finish line. What our ancestors didn't quite. They just passed the baton, and now we're going to go to the finish line. What does that say?
It says good things coming.
Good
things coming.
That's
my daughter just brought that to me as you were speaking. This is a lanyard from her work. She literally just brought this to me. Good things coming.
So sweet.
That's right.
All right, you guys. Well, it's anybody else want to have anything to say? Any last words?
Just be the frequency you want to receive.
Yes, be the frequency you want to receive. We've got the links everywhere on the Crystal Network. We're going to have it in the link down below tomorrow on the upload. So make sure you guys go in there and donate. We will be pulling together names, and then we'll pull a name for the donation. Oh, go ahead, Lois.
Y'all know YouTube kind of changed it up a little bit, and they have a trouble clicking the link. That's the problem. Because YouTube is not allowing you to really pin and put anything in the chat anymore. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're complaining about. So you have to just either pin it somewhere or put it in the
right.
Okay.
It's not letting you click on Crystal's link or anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know why PayPal not PayPal, but YouTube changed that. You can't even click on the name and go to another person's channel no more.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Why on earth take that out? That's weird, isn't it?
I know. You used to be able to just click on the icon, it would take you to somebody's channel.
Yeah, it would. No, it doesn't.
You can't do that anymore, so I don't understand why they do that.
To annoy us.
Caroline says that in the link in the show that it'll work under the Andromeda 7, so it should work for us. So
I tried to click it and I couldn't get nowhere. That's why I said something, because I tried to click it.
Well, we'll also have it in the Crystal Network. So if everybody can go over to the Crystal Network and see that it's on the front page and go ahead and donate there as well. So
That's
get
right.
over there, you guys, and pitch in. Every little bit helps. I know a lot of us are kind of struggling too, but just any little bit helps. And we'd certainly appreciate it because you guys are awesome. I know you guys are going to come through for Cajun Queen tonight. And you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight on Andromeda 7. Go check out the Andromeda 7 over at the website. And we thank you guys so much for joining us. Get out there, live big, love big, and keep on being the frequency you want to receive.
And the links are here for you folks as well, too. So pay attention to the outro, and all your links are here as well.
All those links.
Thanks, everybody. That was awesome. Appreciate you being here. Thanks,
I love you, Johan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all for coming.
Johan.
I love you, girl.
Thank you, Cajun Queen. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, also, tomorrow night on my channel, Cajun Queen's going to join us for card readings. And also, Brian Lunsford's going to be with us. So, Teresa D'Anton's going to join me as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a great show, you guys.
You guys, you cannot miss those readings tomorrow on Pure Love Ascension. You
I hope I can be at that. That'll be a good show, that one.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Lori, for mentioning that. I almost forgot.
I almost forgot
about it, and I was like, oh, I almost forgot. Oh my gosh, my dog's snoring over here. she'll like bark and run and scream. She'll like go woof woof, and she's asleep.
Yep.
My dog does that.
Yeah, sure. It's like she's in another world, being a dog somewhere else.
My dog does the same thing, and sometimes when I'm actually on a call and I have him on speaker, the dog really loud. Yeah. I was in a classroom one time, an online class, and here he is. He's right next to me, like snoring really loud. And I'm like, and I keep
Everybody's got cool dogs.
Or have you ever had like a friend over or something, and you're trying to kind of be impressive a little bit, showing off your cooking skills, and then your dog lets off a fart? You're like,
oh, he does that all the time. Mr.
Like, oh, so embarrassing.
Well, what's that?
Try to hump your leg?
Dog.
Or they hump your leg? And you're like, my dog's trying to hump his leg.
Yeah, but what if they think it's you? It's like,
like that's the dog. They're like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I get a blame anyway.
Like, my dog thinks you're hot. Sorry. Oops.
Yeah, my husky does that as well, and she's a girl though.
Yeah. I actually had a cat do that to me one time. The cat came up to me and humping my arm. I'm like,
oh my goodness.
Dogs do it. No, cats did it
Cat
too.
doing it?
Well, yeah, weird.
I've never seen a cat do that.
Yes, it was a cat humping my arm. I'm like,
What'd you do? Just let it finish, or?
No,
What's going on here?
Did you tell it that's not
I just think with the claws in you, you just finish up.
That would be the nice thing to do.
What do you think? I just washed later.
Oh, crap. So ridiculous.
Yeah. Cody.
I love that. So cute. Well, we hope you guys have a good time. We love you guys so much.
Thanks for being with us, everybody.
Thank you all for coming. We love you.
I love you guys so much. Bye.
See you soon.
Ah, perfect note. Say goodbye, everybody.
I know.
They're like,
Bye-bye,
Mom,
everybody.
leave.